Here from Steel Ice, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Game 2 of the day against the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. We hope to see high-paced, hard-fought action. Stay with us. Rooting the boys in girl in blue, red, and white. Or let me re-say that. Red, white, and blue. For hopefully another hard-fought victory. We expect this game to play out a little differently than the morning. But we need to stay disciplined. Keep moving that puck. Keep doing our thing. Keep having fun. I got some of the boys in front of me. Here in warm-ups, live action. There's Bubba Carr, Max Roche, Lucas Nowls Sour, as I like to call him, the Sour Patch Kid. We got Coltman Williams tending the pipe this afternoon. Jacqueline Spittle coming at me. Keeping it going. Stay with us. We'll bring some live action here shortly. What I will ask is, in between games, I got to hang out in the Steel Pub. It doesn't have anything on Dunlop's Bar and Grill. Best viewing action in youth hockey. Might be in the pro game, too. Beats the Cadillac Grill, beats all of them. Dunlop's Bar and Grill, Washington Township. Right between the NHL and CDM rink in Hollydale. If you haven't gotten out there, you still got time to rush over there on this Saturday afternoon. Taking the Junior Rebels game. Tell them Mike Whitten sent you. Keys of the game, we have to stay disciplined. We have to move pucks. I want to keep seeing the aggressive play at the offensive blue line. And I want them to start recognizing the support system that they have, right? We're in the NFL season. A lot of the talk around the water coolers nowadays is, who do I got on my fantasy roster? If I was picking a AYHL youth hockey fantasy roster, it would look different than what we got in front of us. PHC is quite the fantasy roster. We got a lot of top dogs. But they got to understand that trust, understand the roles and the support system that they have, and just continue to play awesome hockey. It'll be a fun season as we watch them continue to develop. PHC will be coming screen left to right in the Road Blues. Lehigh Valley, right to left. I said that right. In their whites. I saw a lot of good things this morning. Hopefully we'll stay with it. But again, if I was picking a youth hockey fantasy team, I think I'd be taking down the championship with this squad. So we hope that they continue on their campaign through 25-26. For another AYHL championship campaign. Hope you guys are all enjoying your Saturday afternoon. Stay with us as we bring you some live action from Steel Ice. I would ask my friends at Dunlop's Bar and Grill, as you're rotating your tap handles, maybe put on a beer from up this way in PA called Hockey Daddy. Coltman Williams will get the start in the net this afternoon. Continuing our shout-outs to our longtime listeners and big supporters. Want to give a big shout-out to Jen Nooner. I know you're listening. Hopefully we're bringing you some good action. We appreciate your support and look to see you soon. And one thing I talk about all the time is big thanks going out to the youth hockey coaches out there. teaching the game we all love. Big shout out to our thank you to our coaching staff here at PHC. As them, along with the efforts of Matt Spittle and the networking he does, as I gave him a shout out in the first game, oftentimes thankless jobs in youth hockey. But a big shout out to Coach Nick Sauer, Keith Dannenhauer, and our manager, Matt Spittle. Stay with us as the horn sounds here on warm-ups. We'll be live after they go to the bench. The pucks are in, they're collecting them at their nets, and we will be ready to go here for game number 2 on the day. Get your popcorn ready. I'm hoping it's another high action. And I hope we're tickling that twine often. Early and often here. Teams will go into their respective benches. I'll get my rap reference in for our longtime listeners who's trying to keep track as the in-rink DJ is playing a track from one of my favorite of all time mega groups, the Wu-Tang Clan. Our method for this second game, our message should, we came to bring the pain. So hopefully the boys in blue get after with Colton Williams in the net. Coach Sauer sends out the money man, Dylan Pacelli, Johnny G, Johnny Gerbevec, and Logan Pucciarero, the center of this line in the second game of the day, with Joshua the Flash Fazio, and Billy Maurer on the back end. Live streaming today brought to you by Joseph Fazio Steel. If you need steel needs or any construction metals, stop in, ask for Chris. Tell him Dan sent you. Maurer will collect this one. Get above the blue line, he plays it off the referee, and then Johnny Gerbevec chips it into the zone. Phantoms try to come the other way with it. They're met by Fazio. We'll chip it off the boards. Pacelli picks it up. He's got his toes up. He crosses the line. He got his head up. He plays it across the Pucciarero. Stepping down that lane, but it's sticked away. Gerbevec loses an edge. Slides into the half wall. But Pucciarero able to keep it deep. Pacelli steps out of the corner with it. And then Gerbevec gets some wood on it. Save made. We wrap it around. Puck's bouncing around. Phantoms collect. They'll look to come the other way with it. They're met by Fazio. Fazio will collect. He'll step in and wait for the guys to get out of the zone. He plays it back in. Whistle dead for offsides. Again, I'm about 160 feet away from it. I thought it was good. I thought he waited long enough, but I'm not in the best viewing angle, so whistle dead for that automatic offsides. Neutral zone face-off. Both coaches opt for a change of lines. We're going to go center dot. We got Max Roche centering, Rock Dannenhauer, Declan Spittle, which seems Zarbarski and Ethan Nunez on the back end. Colton Williams in the paint. Phantoms under the line. They lose an edge. It's played out. Zarbarski will collect, play it in the neutral zone. Looking for Dannenhauer, who collects the puck. He plays it to Spittle. Spittle will get across the blue line. He'll gain the line. He'll play it deep. Roach is going to get in after, putting the initial forecheck on. Met on the half wall, and the Phantoms exit the zone. They come through the neutral zone and stick the side by Ethan Nunez. He's hauled down. No call. Roach will collect it, play it up the boards. It's kept in by the Phantoms at the far point. Play it forward. Bouncing around, Howard collects. He's in the neutral zone. He gets north of the red line. He drains the zone, plays it deep to the left of the Phantoms goaltender. The Phantoms will collect behind their own net. They're met by Declan Spill trying to come out the other side, and Max Roach above it keeps it active. He's going to poke it into the corner. He gets it himself. He's coming around the net. He gets his eyes up. He tries to step back into that center seam. It's poked away. He'll collect on the half wall, play it to the point where Shane Zarbarski will collect. He'll play it down the wall to himself. Phantoms will collect, put it back up the wall. Zarbarski keeps momentarily, but the Phantoms coming off the bench collect. They're going to hit the line with speed. Cut back across the top of the PHC zone. Kept outside that dot line. Sauer's engaged in the puck battle. It's kept in at the point by the Phantoms. Phantoms will look to walk and put it back down the board. Stick on it by Sauer, and now Nunez will contain. He's hauled down. The whistles are away. I think we have a different referee crew. And then the first game, Putrero picks up. He's going to get his toes up. He's going to go for a skate. He's across the red. He's across the blue. Drags past one. Can't get past the second one. Anuccio following up. Fires it wide. Phantoms collect, and they're coming the other way with speed. Winton surfs the play. Keeps it north of our zone. Plays it ahead to Putrero. Putrero trying to chip off the boards and get into the zone. Met by some resistance, but good follow-up by Winton. And now we're active. It's kept in. It's pushed in to the Phantom zone. They'll use their own net, use some extra real estate. They stop to try to play it back up the seam. Picked off by Putrero. He drags to right. Back inside the dots. He'll pull up. He's going to play this to Winton. Winton's going to keep at the line. We'll play it back down the middle. It's picked off by the Phantoms, and they think they're coming the other way. Carr back there and contain. He'll stick it aside. And that's the support system we're talking about. As long as they understand we can play aggressive and we got support behind us and trust behind us, we all do our job, we will have a lot of success. Carr will stick this forward to Anuccio. Anuccio has a step, but there's a defender coming off the bench that gets back for contain. Anuccio cuts back into the center, unable to get the shot off. PHC going for a line change. We're looking to transition this puck up. Kept in momentarily by Gerberbeck, but the Phantoms able to kick it into the neutral zone. Second effort, PHC gets it back into the Phantom zone, and they'll put the forecheck on. It's rung around the boards. Fazio's there to seal that off. We'll put it back into the corner. Phantoms collect. They're going to look to skate this one out of the zone, but good angle, a good pass to the puck by Dylan Pacelli. Follow up the Phantoms, put it deep into the zone. Roach will collect. He's bodied, but able to play the puck to Fazio. Fazio in support, plays it ahead. Good first pass to Gerberbeck. Gerberbeck gets across the blue. He's across the red. He drags to the outside. They're giving him that outside. He'll chip it down the boards. Roach is now going to get in after with the support of Gerberbeck. Roach picks it off, plays it back out in front, backhanded in on the goalie, and they make a big stop. So we'll have an offensive zone draw to the right of the goalie's goal, Phantom's goalkeeper. That puck is dropped. It's played around the end boards, cut off by Fazio. He fires it to the net. Gerberbeck collects. Oh, unable to put it in the back of the net, but he'll recover in the far corner. He'll reverse back down. Trying to play it back out in front. It's met by a white stick. They're coming the other way. But good contain, good path to the puck. Willie Maurer using that frame of his. We'll reverse up. Roach will collect. Gets his toes up. Gets out into that center seam. Plays it ahead to Pacelli. Pacelli's got his eyes up. He makes one more pass looking for Gerberbeck. Met by a white stick, and they're coming the other way. Fazio is going to get back on this one. He's going to take the center lane and let Maurer collect. Maurer will use his own net. Maurer will throw it around the boards looking for Pacelli. Pacelli has it. Gets his eyes up. He plays it 85 feet across to Gerberbeck. Gerberbeck enters the line. Steps back in, plays it back for Pacelli, cut into the net. Skips over his stick, gets into the corner where the money man collects. Coming back up the boards. Phantom loses an edge. It's picked off. It's moved across, and rebound opportunity buried in the back of the net. So again, we're going pucks and body to the net. Results in good things. So I think that was L-Dog. that got the shot on. Best pass in hockey, kicks off the far pad, right out in front. Johnny Gerbevec starting off for us again. Buries the rebound opportunity. We got Logan Pucciarero between Spittle and Dannenhauer. Spittle plays it to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer crosses the line. He cuts in, plays it towards the net. Spittle gets the pressure on, hops up over the net. We got Shane Z and Nooner on the back end as the Phantoms are trying to transition, but Shane and Pucciarero playing that dot line, keeping them outside. We're going to play the puck. Pucciarero throws it out. It's kept in at the point. They'll walk back in, but they're met by a surfing Declan Spittle, who gets it back out in the neutral zone. It's whistled dead for an offsides. If you're just joining us, 8:50 left in the first period, 1-0 PHC. So L-Dog centering this afternoon between Beast Mode and Spitz, with Z-Man and Nooner on the back end. Coltman in that crease. Z has the puck. He finds Declan out in the neutral zone. Declan's going to try to push it forward, but he's met by a white stick. They'll chip it off the boards. Pucciarero in support collects it. They're driving, but they're met by a lot of white jerseys. Bounce out into that center lane. A white jersey streaks through, enters the line. Good contained by Ethan Nunez. He's played back across. Picked off by Spittle. Thrown in on Williams, who holds strong with those legs, makes a big stop. And on the extra poke, stood tall. Well, the defensive zone draw to the left of Williams. With Roche. Witten and Carr on the back end. Roche taking the draw with Anichuk and Sauer on the flanks. This one's one back to the point. Anichuk puts good pressure on. Phantoms play it back down the wall. Met by Max Roach and Mike Witten. They chip it back out to the point. They're going to throw it back down the wall. Witten will collect. Try to go D to D. He gets pushed forward. Sauer will collect on the half wall. He gets out. He's above the red line. Chips it in, and he'll get in after it. He'll collect. He'll use the net. Plays it back behind the net, looking for Roche, but the Phantoms are going to collect. Puck's bouncing around. Nuccio comes off the wall with it, trying to play it to Sauer in front. Left there in the slot. White jerseys play it away, but Witten keeps in at the point. He'll walk down the wall. He gets into the corner. He'll play it around the net. The Phantoms will push this up the wall. Carr will step to it. He collects, pushes it in the corner, but Roach, good support system, playing above it. Plays it over to Sauer. Sauer trying to step to the top of the house and play it in. Hits a couple bodies, and now the Phantoms are coming the other way. Carr will play the dot lines. Force him outside. Takes the hands away, collects that puck, and then he's buried from behind. They're going to get Carr for the retaliation body check. So he gets hit from behind. Retaliates with a body check. Hey, good play. Just not at this level. Again, body checking not allowed. 2-year ban in USA Hockey. So as Carr was crushed from behind, that old school Jaffa cage went into the glass. He was none too happy. Retaliates with a body check of his own. He gets whistled. I don't think this referee standing in front of me about to drop the puck is even in Bantam. He might not be allowed to body check himself. Pucciarero will win this back, so we're called upon to kill this one off. Fazio is crushed from behind. We're not going to call that. That's a fucking hit from behind. Played out in front. Fired across. Fazio will collect it. Put it up to the point. Played back in. They try to chip it out in front. Mauer's head contacted from behind. And now we finally get one. So the referees might lose control of this one early. So we'll go 4-on-4 hockey as the Phantoms are whistled dead for that infraction. We'll go down for an offensive zone to the right of the Phantoms goalkeeper. What we hope in the second half of this 2-game play is that we stay disciplined. Phantoms will collect. Maurer will keep. Play it back into the corner. Gerberbeck will get in on it. Gerberbeck collects. Plays behind the net. Trying to play it back on front. That puck's bouncing around. The white jerseys will collect. They'll play it forward. It's going to be kept by Billy Maurer. Will put it back down the wall where Gerberbeck will collect it in the corner. He tries the 10-2. He's met by some resistance. The white jerseys collect. They try to play it forward. Picked off by Pucciarero momentarily, but now they're coming the other way. Fazio is back and contained. Good stick. Wins that puck. He's hacked a couple times. And now he'll get around to the outside. It's played forward. It's kept in at the point. Fired back in. Stick to side by Maurer. Maurer will try to stretch it to Gerberbeck. He gets past. Gerberbeck collects the bouncing puck. He's got a step. He's in. Can he collect and bury? He's in. Backhands it in. Big save made by the Phantoms goalkeeper. Now Gerberbeck's down on the ice as he slammed that end boards. He hasn't moved. But as soon as we collect the puck, it'll be whistled dead. So the arm went up. They're going to call someone here. I don't know what he's calling. Gerberbeck slammed into that end boards. We're hoping he's okay. Coach Dannenhauer going out to check on him. Gerberbeck back to his feet. Able to get the bench on his own. .537 left in the first one. PHC hanging on to a 1-0 lead. We are man up for another 27 seconds. Roach trying to win this one. Then Pacelli does. Pacelli unmarked, gains the line, plays it back across for Roach. Roach steps through, stick to side. Dannenhauer coming in to cut that off above it. Roach gets it. He gets off the wall with it, trying to play it out in front, looking for Pacelli. He gets out to the point. Shane will collect. He throws it towards the net, bouncing around, trying to stick the rebound opportunity back. But it's stick to side, and the Phantoms look to move it out. It's cut off by Shane. Shane will walk that line. He gets back into the center. He's on the backhand. He'll play it towards the net. Off the end boards, Dannenhauer will collect. Colt Williams letting his teammates know with a loud stick clap. We're back to even strength. Roach steps out of the corner. He chips it out to Pacelli. Pacelli collects. He'll play it back to Roach. Roach will play it down to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer walks, plays it back out in front. It's stick to side or kick to side by the Phantoms goaltender. Dannenhauer will collect it. He'll play it to the point. Shane's got a lot of time. He winds up. He claps. Hits a stick. Gets wide. Pacelli will cut this off on the far boards. He'll play it forward. Met with some white jerseys. They play it the other way, and now they're trying to skate through the neutral zone. Ethan Nunez in contained, sticks to the side, surfs that play wonderfully. Nunez will stick it off the boards. It's collected and played back in by the Phantoms. They chip it down into the corner. Zarbisky in on it. He's dumped, and the arm goes up. So we're coming the other way. Colton will leave the crease. The Phantoms will touch up. And we will go to the man up. Brought to you today by Dunlop's Bar and Grill. Stop in. Tom Fazio sent you. So we're man up. There's an explanation going on at the Phantoms bench again on every call, it seems like today. We got Pucciarero, Spittle, and Nucciuk up front, with Winton and Carr on the points for this power play opportunity. Pucciarero puts his personnel where he wants them. Referee makes sure we're not cheating on the line. He drops that puck. Putrero drives forward. It's played back to Winton. Winton's going to play it across the car. Car's going to get it. Gets to the dots. He turns. He fires. Gets wide. They're ringing around the boards. Carr will seal this one off. Gets below the dots. We'll play it back out in front where it's collected. Oh, just wide. Understanding the support system where they were trying to play aggressive. They got people back. The Phantoms are coming the other way. Good stick lift by Declan Spittle. Good contained by Michael Winton. Spittle will collect. He's going to go the other way. Plays it ahead to Putrero, who stretches Anuccio. Carr's going to join the rush. Anuccio's going to play it forward for Carr. He lets it go to Spittle. Stays on side. He drops to the car. Carr fires. Gloved and hung on to by the Phantoms goaltender. Good zone entry. Good timing. 47 clicks left on the man-up opportunity. We get Maurer and Fazio on the point with Sauer, Putrero, and Anuccio up front. Putrero puts his personnel where he wants them. Puck is dropped. He wins it back to Fazio. Fazio collects. He hangs onto it. Waits till the defender comes to him, and then he'll play it down to Sauer. Sauer will work from behind the office, or behind the net, trying to play it back out in the Gretzky's office. Met with some resistance. And now the Phantoms will look to come out of the zone. Winton steps to the 50-50 puck. He's knocked off his feet, but regains coverage. Has the support system behind him. Pushes to the head. Anuccio will collect. He gets inside that house. Turns. He fires. Save made. Gets wide. Rebound opportunity was there. Fazio will collect. He fires it to the net. Goaltender gloves it and hangs onto it. So the Phantoms goaltender keeping them in this one early in the second game of the day here up at Steel Ice. We'll change the personnel up front. We got Rochi, the money man, and Gerbevec. We still got Mousy and Fazio on the back end. Rochi puts his personnel where he wants them. Puck is dropped. He'll win it back to Fazio. Fazio walks with it. We'll play it down to Rochi. Rochi turns, plays it back out in front. Big sliding save made. Good puck movement. It's very good puck movement, and it's hard to play goalie, play defense moving laterally. But the Phantoms goaltender read that one. He slid across his crease. Pipe to pipe, left to right. Made a big stop. So now we got some extracurricular activity. Referee's trying to keep control on this one. We'll call it coincidental. Both the Phantom and a PHC player go to the box. We'll have an offensive zone draw to the right of the Phantom's goalkeeper. I'm being told that after the results of the first game, the Phantoms head coach, may not be on the bench active for the second game as he got suspended because of too many penalties. Too many minor infractions leads to the coach suspension. Yeah. So we're at the box again, trying to explain what needs to be posted on the board, what doesn't need to be posted on the board. If I can help these referees and the parents out in the box, neither one of them need to be posted. It's a coincidental minor, so they take the wrong one off the board. You got to take the 130 and the 130 off, and they don't come out. It's 5-on-4 hockey for 2 seconds, and then 5-on-5. And those players that are in the penalty box feeling shame do not come out until their penalty expires and there's a whistle and a stoppage of play. It's called a coincidental when the penalty happens at the same time. They're not concurrent minors. Concurrent minors, we would play 4-on-4. But again, if we're watching, wondering what the delay is, just hockey dads in that box trying to score it right. So if you've never done it, I suggest you get in there, feel the pain. They'll get it right. As I told you, it's a family affair. Our 2014s are up here right after this game, playing the Lehigh Valley 2014s, and that's one of my favorites. Johnny Mater hanging out, getting here early, supporting his 2015 little brothers on, saying, hey, let's do our thing. Offensive zone draw. Roach wins it forward. The Phantoms will collect. We'll go around the net. Fazio's going to seal this one off. He's going to keep it. Play it back behind the Phantoms net. We're back to even strength. As I told you, it's 5-on-5 hockey now. There's no penalties on the board. Yet there's a white jersey and a blue jersey sitting in the sin bin. Fazio will collect. He'll use his own net. Puck rides up on him, but calmly collects, recovers, and gets it out into the neutral zone. Where Pacelli will play it to himself. Listen, no hand pass because it was one motion. He's hauled down. No trip called. I'm going to let him play. Danaher will collect. We'll play it back forward for Pacelli. Pacelli was looking for Roach, streaking down that center seam, unable to get it to him. Danaher will keep it behind the net, where Roach will step on it. Fazio's going to step to this. He'll collect at the hash marks. He's met by a white jersey, but he plays it behind the net. Danaher will collect in the far corner. Or Pacelli will collect. He steps out. He finds Fazio at the top of the circle. He turns. He fires. Rebound opportunity there. Unable to get good wood on it. Now the Phantoms will collect and look to transition the other way, but they're kept in by Billy Maurer. He'll play it down the wall to Brock Dannenhauer, who pushes behind the net. Roach tries to collect, but the Phantoms come away with it. Dannenhauer steps out. He turns. He fires. Kick save made into the corner by the Phantoms goaltender. They're going to throw it around the wall. Fazio will step and seal this one. Plays it down to Roach. Roach trying to chip it back up to Fazio. It gets there. Fazio turns and fires it back down the wall. Roach steps off the wall. Plays it to Pacelli. Pacelli comes off the end wall with it. He plays it back out in front off the side of the net. He'll recover it himself. He's got his eyes up. He's trying to find it. He plays it out in front of Dannenhauer. High man turns, fires, and that is a Brock special. Beautiful patience, beautiful puck movement. They get it to beast mode, and he puts some ketchup on it. 57.5 or 6 clicks left in the first period. We extend it to 2-0. But that's the basic high man. They get it to the guy sitting out front, of course, in the primary scoring area with the best shooting opportunity. And Brock puts it in the back of the net. Tickles the twine. Fuchero will cut this one off, but the Phantoms toe drag to come through. Play it forward. Gloved in off a stick. Williams. Looking like Harrison Bader, the Phillies, robbing that home run the other night. Stays with it and gloves it. Defensive zone draw with 46.5 clicks to his right. We got Fuchero taking it, trying to put it to Zabarski in the corner. It's played to the unmarked man who plays it back out. It gets between his defenders, and now we're skating the other way. It's Spittle and Anuncio trying to put the pressure on. Fuchero will pick a pocket. He plays it off the back of Anuncio's stick, who then collects and leaves it for Spittle. Spittle will put it deep and get in after it on his own. He'll collect the puck behind the net. He throws the brakes on, plays it back out in front looking for Anuncio. It's stick to side. A lot of bodies hitting the ice there, but back up, and action stays live. Play it ahead. It gets out in the neutral zone. Shane will collect. He's going to draw the attention towards him, then tries to chip it back up the boards, but it's read by the Phantoms. Ping-ponged along the boards. Anuncio trying to get through it. Stays on his feet and pushes it forward. Pucciero following the play up, picks it up. Horn sounds. We will go into the first intermission, down 2-0. Stay with us. We'll be back another 120 seconds. All right, we're coming back. The second period of action here in the second game of the day against the LHV Phantoms. In-game DJ, keeping it real with the instrumental from the Wu-Tang Clan. So we got Max Roach between Sauer and Anunciuk, with Z-Man and Nooner on the back end. Jim Carr back on the camera for the second period here, live from Steel Ice. Chip forward, Sauer will get this one. He'll chip it forward. He's going to gain it at the top of the circle. He's trying to play it back across. It's off a stick. It bounces out in front. Phantoms will collect. They try to clear it forward. They get it off the boards and out in the neutral zone, where Nunez is going to collect. He's going to throw the brakes on and reverse up. He was trying to play it back into the center seam for Rochi, but it got out ahead of him. Nooner will cut this one off at the blue line. Puck battle ensues. Chipped into the neutral zone, where they will collect. We'll go D to D. They look to wheel it the other way. It's cut off. Roach gets a stick on it. Roach is going to enter the blue line. Picks it up at the hash marks, trying to play it across, looking for a Anunciuk, but it's sticked aside by the Phantoms, and now we're moving the other way. They're going to break up that center. It's picked off by Carr. Carr gets hauled down as he was trying to get into a shooting lane. Keeps his cool as he thought he had some twine in his future. Gets hauled down. So we'll go back to the Dunlops dude up. We got Johnny G, Dylan P, and Logan P up front. With Carr and Witten on the points, we got some big bodies and big sticks out there. Hopefully they can get a chance to throw a clap bomb down. Pucciarello putting his personnel where he wants them. Gets in there. He's going to go with the motorcycle grip. He wins it back. It's played to Carr. Carr will go to Witten. Witten walks. He gets to the top of the circle. He's inside the dots. He fires. Oh, just wide. Carr will seal this off at the point. He keeps it. He gets below the dots. He'll play it around the net. Gerbevek's going to get on it. Trying to use the time and space. He'll play it back in the corner for the money man. The money man gets his head up. He's looking for Carr. Plays it back in off the pads as Carr was driving center lane. Pacelli throws it in front. It hits the goalie's pad and ends up in the back of the net. That connection brought to you by Westchester Pike, Pennsylvania. Dylan Pacelli coming to you from Newtown Square. Carr from Westchester. They're about 2.5 miles away from each other, off of Route 3. We like what we see. I already gave that shout out. The Phantoms will go D to D. They look at the flip the ice. They play it up the boards. Cut off by Witten. Witten chips it forward. Pucciarello will collect. He gets off the boards. He drags past one. He's into the neutral zone. He's got some white ice in front of him. He's got Jeremy Gerbevek with him. He's got the money man with him. Plays it across. It's sticked aside by the Phantoms. But the money man with the relentless pressure forces him to play that forward where Witten will collect. Witten does an escape move. Comes back up the wall where Pacelli meets it and Pucciarello meets it. Played forward. Or actually, it's Gerbevek. Gerbevek gets off the wall. He's got Pacelli with him, cutting down the slot. He'll drive. He shoots. Save made. Pacelli gave him and what? It's that easy. His dad and I talked about it all summer long. You get pucks, you get bodies to the net, and you shoot the puck, you get bodies to the net, you have a lot of success. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan Pacelli, the money man, puts one in the back of the net. That's 2-on-1 shift for him. And the Phantoms will go with a goal change here as we get to 13-10 of the second period with a 4-0 lead. Four or five? Is that real? That's 4. That's played back down. Nunez will get to this one. Or Mauer, sorry. Mauer will get to this one. Throws the brakes on. Turns back up. Chips it off the wall. Pucciarello collects. Or Rochi collects. Plays across to Fazio. Fazio is going to get into the zone. He was looking for Rochi. Plays it in off the goalie's stick. Rochi will get in after behind the Phantoms net. Phantoms strip the puck. They play it back up. Spittle playing above it. Cuts it off, and then Fazio keeps it at the point. It's fired back down. Rochi will try to get in after it. The Phantoms collect, but they're met by Dannenhauer. And it's played up. Spittle plays it to the point. Now we'll go D to D. They walk that line. Fazio tries to put it forward. It's picked off by a stick of the white jerseys, and they're coming the other way. Donenhauer's going to pick a pocket, much like his buddy, the money man. Roach collects it. He gets to the hash marks. He's buried. No call? No call. That was a good hockey check when you're in Bantams, but we are playing 10U major. So Roach gets up, gets back into it. Spittle will now cut this one off in the far corner. Played up the wall, kept by Fazio. Roach will turn and fire towards the net. Spittle's going to get after it into the corner. We'll cut it off. It's played up the wall. Beast mode steps to it. He collects it and steps back up. He's got some white ice. He drags past one, drags past two, plays it towards the netted stick to side before it was able to get in on the goalie. It's played back out. This is going to go 200 feet for the icing as Mauer's trying to race it down. We'll come back for an offensive zone draw to the left of the Phantoms goalkeeper. We got Sauer coming off the half wall. Pucciarello taking it. Anuccio got camped out in front. He plays it back to Shane. Shane plays it across to Nunez. Nunez walks, fires it to the net. It's stick aside by the Phantoms, and they're coming the other way. They can have numbers if they hurry. They come through the neutral zone. They play this in. They're going to wave off sides, or icing off, although I thought that pass was from the wrong side of the red line. Play continues. PHC trying to collect it in the corner and push it up the wall. It's picked off by the Phantoms, played back out in front. But Shane read that one. He steps to it. He's going to play it ahead to Anuccio. Anuccio's going to gain the line. He's going to get inside. He plays it across, looking for Pucciarello. Gets too hot to handle out in front of him, but Sauer gets into the corner. Momentarily collected the puck before he was bodied off it, and now we're coming the other way. We try to surf that and dive at the puck, but the Phantoms blow by, come back down. Good stick, good back pressure. Good contained by Ethan Nunez. Good back pressure by Logan Pucciarello. Play forward. Play back in. Turn, fired. Williams keeps it out of the back of the net. That one hits the referee. But we collect it. Shane will move with it. We'll play it back across into the center, looking for Pucciarello. Was played behind him. So the fans will collect. They come on the ice with that second period door below the blue line. That's whistled dead for offsides. They're just joining us, 10-12 left in the second period, 4-0 PHC. So we're going to center ice face-off. Roach, Pacelli, Gerbebeck, Carr, and Winton. Winton's going to collect this one. We'll open up, play it ahead to Gerbebeck. Gerbebeck chips it off the boards. Roach will get in on the forecheck. He's got Gerbebeck above it. Pacelli reading it far side. It's going to be rung around the wall. Carr's going to step through there. He keeps it in. Roach collects it, plays it out in front. Shot just wide as we didn't get good enough wood on it. But Gerbebeck rides that puck carrier off the puck, and we keep it live as Roach was able to collect it momentarily, but we'll get outside the blue line. We're going to regroup and plays it back ahead for Pacelli. Pacelli gains the line. He's got Gerbebeck coming late. He'll escape up, drive back down the boards, through one, through two, play it across, back out in front, unable to put it in the back of the net. Winton will keep. Winton just fires it back across. That's stick to side. It's going to get to Pacelli. Pacelli looks to the point. He'll drive back down into the corner. He's going to ring this one around. Winton will steal it off. But as the Phantoms collect, we had to step off that line. It's played in the neutral zone, quickly collected by PHC and played back in. Pacelli's going to put the forecheck on. They're going to ring this one around. Carr's going to read it. It bounces off the boards. He plays it back towards the front of the net. Puck's bouncing around. Carr will stay on it. Buries a player. Comes out of there with the puck. Keeps it live. Now Gerbebeck will put the forecheck on. It's rung around the far wall. Phantoms will collect to get out in the neutral zone only momentarily, where a pocket is picked by Roach. It's chipped back in. We got a 3-on-1. Gerbebeck steps in, plays it across to Pacelli. Just too hot to handle out in front. Pacelli will play it back to the point. Carr gets it. He plays it to Winton. Winton's going to walk. Winton turns. He fires. Hits a body in front and it's bouncing the other way. Carr collects. Carr shoots. Recollects. Fires just wide. Winton will collect. He'll keep it in. This is good sustained pressure. Good aggressive defense. Winton keeps again. He'll walk, using that extra time and space. He'll play it down the boards. It's led by the Phantoms, and they're going to play it the other way. Back out into the neutral zone, but PHC coming off the bench in a partial line change, able to collect this one and push it the other way, allowing for the full change to happen. Spittle picks it off. He's got Dannenhauer at the blue line. They stay on sides. It's played ahead. In on the goaltender. Dannenhauer unable to get there in time. So it's frozen, hung on to. We'll have an offensive zone draw to the left of the Phantoms goalkeeper. 7:59 left in the second period. PHC up 4-0. You see some of those PHC 2014s in their white, fresh lids out here supporting their younger bros. That's played back off the face of the Fazio. Fazio will collect. He'll play it over to Maurer. Maurer turns, fires towards the net, hits a couple sticks. Buried in the back of the net by Declan Spittle. So here's what we got. Face-off win. Check. Puck possession. Check. D to D. Check. Pucks to the net. Check. Bodies to the net. Check. Sticks down. Check. Got Biscuit buried in the back of the net. You know it. And now we're up to a 5-0 lead on that scoreboard. Check. Fazio collects this one off the face-off win. Spittle will chip it forward. He's putting the pressure on. Spittle will collect. He's going to come around the end boards. He's going to play it to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer's going to walk the other side of the net. By some time, he's looking for someone to commit to him. He cycles it down low to Spittle. That'll get through Spittle, but Pucciarero steps to it. He plays it back to Spittle. It's played out the other side where Beast Mode will collect. He'll turn back into the center. Tries to stick it to the net, met by a white stick, and it's played out into the neutral zone where Fazio picks it off. Fazio's going to play it back in. Pucciarero's now going to put the initial forecheck on. He's coming. He takes the right path to the puck, forces a quick decision up the wall where Maurer will seal it off, throw it through the net. He hits Declan Spittle in the breezers. Pucciarero collects it. He's going to play it off the wall to the point. Fazio will walk, fire it in just wide. Dannenhauer will collect. Dannenhauer cycles it to Pucciarero. Pucciarero's going to look to play it back to him. No, he plays it to Fazio at the point. Steps, fires, just wide. It'll come out the other side. Maurer communicating for Brock mode or beast mode, but little miscommunication there. Phantoms are coming the other way. Fazio back surfing it. Able to recover and single-handedly stop that scoring threat. Now he plays it ahead to Spittle. Spittle throws it across to Pucciarero. Pucciarero collects. He thought Spittle was coming back down his backside. Good thought, good puck movement. But a puck battle ensues. Spittle collects it off the ball. Gets it to the hash marks. It's thrown back up the wall. Fazio's going to keep. He'll put it into the corners. PHC's changing their line. Phantoms will come far boards, but they're cut off by Nuccio. They play it ahead. That's going to go 200 feet for an icing. And we're coming back right in front of me for an offensive zone draw to the right of the Phantoms goalkeeper. 6:09 left in the second period. 5-0 PHC. That's played ahead. Zarbisky tries to keep it live. Nietzsche in on it. Zarbisky's still south of that blue line. It's thrown back north. Big hit. PHC back to the man up. Roche between Sauer and Anuchuk with Winton and Carr at the points for this power play opportunity. It's one back to Winton. Winton will collect. Gets into his feet. He plays it across the Carr. Carr 10-2s. Plays it back down behind the net for Anuchuk. Anuchuk will collect it. He plays it to Roche. Gets past him. Gets out into the neutral zone. Carr will go back. He'll collect. He gets his eyes up. He's going to play it D to D to Winton. Winton's got his toes up. He's going to play it back up the way it came from, but it's picked off by the Phantoms. They play it back out in front. We're able to collect it. Now Roach gets his toes up. He's going to play it ahead looking for an Uchi hook. It's played back out in front of him. So Winton will collect. They switch sides, Carr and Winton. Get back to their naturals. Phantoms will collect this one and they'll push it deep. Winton's hooked and hauled down. Carr will collect this one, or Roach collects that one in the corner. Winton's going to the box. I thought he was hauled down. I guess I missed the initial contact, but he gets called for the elbow. So we'll go 4-on-4 hockey here. Fazio and Maurer, the money man, and Pucciarello. Puck is dropped. We're 4-on-4. It's played around. Sully will collect this one. He gets his eyes up. He's trying to hit a streaking Pucciarello, but it's red and picked off in the neutral zone. They enter the line. Pushed outside the dots by Maurer. Played back to the point. Pucciarello will put the pressure on and then followed up by that support system in Dylan Pacelli. They force it back down the wall. Pucciarello's tackled. We're going to let that one go. Maurer's playing the body. The Phantoms play it out in front. That'll get through their D, and it's going to come the other way. Pacelli, there's no icing. It's a play. It's a pass. They pass it. No ice, right? They correctly call that off. Pacelli puts the forecheck on. It's played back forward, and now it's coming the other way. Good path to the puck. Good interruption. But the Phantoms collect behind Williams' net. They play it back out in front where Fazio will pick it up. He's going to go. He gets across the blue, across the red. He tips it to himself off the boards. He'll put it deep. Phantoms will collect, and they're looking to come the other way. They're trying to hit the guy down the center seam. They look for him. It gets over the stick. Gets in behind Williams' net. Maurer will contain. He's dumped. We're not going to call that either. Now they get it. So I think the fans called that one as we were a little delayed. That one was like we were buffering. Like one of our longtime listeners, John Prawn, loves when the screen buffers. So that one was buffering. As Maurer was dumped from behind. But they get it right. They eventually call it. Now we have an offensive zone draw to the right of the Phantoms goalkeep. 3:35 left in the second period. We're man up in 3 seconds as Winton's penalty will expire. Spittle plays it forward. He's got Roach with him. Roach collects at the hash marks. He'll play it behind the net. And now we got beast mode, Spittle, and Roach up front with Fazio and Maurer on the back end on this power play. Spittle will walk off the boards, plays it out in front. It gets all the way through to Maurer. Maurer's going to collect. He walks inside, gets to the dots, turns, hits the iron. Fazio collects, plays it back on. The net's off now. We're not going to whistle it dead. We'll let play continue. Dannenhauer met by 2 bodies. We try to get there, but the Phantoms collect. Try to get it out into the zone, but it's picked off, and now Roach has a step. He's going to get past one. He enters the line. He's got Dannenhauer with him. He plays it across. Dannenhauer collects. He turns. He fires. Ladies and gentlemen, they've been doing it for years. It's good to see the connection there. And that's played across 15-0 with some ketchup on it. Puts it in the net for the 6th time today in the second game. Another power play strike. 2:52 left in the second period. 6-0 PHC. Roachy wins this one back to Nunez. Nunez collects. Gets to the red line, plays it forward. Dannenhauer's going to collect. He's going to drive down the wall. The Phantoms will come around far side. They try to play it forward. They make that first pass. Play it out in the neutral zone. And now the Phantoms have numbers if they hurry. But the back pressure and speed of PHC closes that gap. Forces them to go off sides. We'll have a neutral zone draw just outside of the Phantoms bench. Puck is dropped. D to D. Shane hits Nooner. Nooner hits a Nucciuk, and Nucciuk gets a step. He gets inside those dots, turns, he fires off a stick, gets into the corner. Spittle will cut it, or Sauer will cut it off. Sauer loses an edge. Phantoms collect. Will come the other way. They play it back across. Pucciarello above it. Sticks it forward for a second, but the Phantoms collect, and now we got a 3-on-2 developing. Nunez is there and contained. He takes a good angle to the puck. Good stick. Forces it out into the corner. Pucciarello will collect. He'll use his own net. Trying to chip it forward. It's picked off by the Phantoms. They play it forward. Back out into the neutral zone. And Nucciuk in on the forecheck. It's played across. Sauer will cut it off, forcing the play up the wall. Sticks it ahead for himself, then chips it forward. Phantoms collect. They're going to go off the wall. Nunez reads it. He steps to it. He gets across the red. He's got white ice. He's going to gain the line. He's looking. He plays it across, looking for Sauer. It's stick to side. Pucciarello trying to battle and win the puck. Played out in the neutral zone where Shane Z will collect. He'll escape up. Trying to play it ahead for Sauer, but the Phantoms jump the lane. They gain the line. They get in. Walk past. Good poke check by Colton Williams to keep that one at bay. It's kept in at the point. Shane will play it ahead, looking for Sauer. Hits a skate. Pucciarello had a touch on it, but the Phantoms able to collect and push it back out in the neutral zone. They're coming the other way. They get across the line. Good stick, good surf by Ethan Nunez. Phantoms come off the half wall. They step out into the PSA. They turn, they fire. Save made by Colton Williams. He gets back the rebound opportunity. Made sure that threat was at bay. And then it's off the glass. And Logan Pucciarello is going to collect it. He's going to turn. He's going to fire. Good step. Gets a shot on net as they stretch that ice with 42.3 clicks left in the second period. 6-0 PHC. Offensive zone draw to the left of the Phantoms goalkeeper. We got Max Roach, Dylan Pacelli, and Johnny G with Carr and Winton on the back end on their natural sides. Let's see what they can get. Carr's at the top of the circle. Winton's out in that shooting lane. Let's see what Roach determines to do. Tries to win at the Carr, but it's stick to side. Phantoms collect. Carr will keep. He'll play it down the wall. Pacelli. Pacelli steps off the wall, plays it to Roach. Roach is met by a body. Pacelli trying to jump that lane. Gets a stick on it, but collect it. Carr's going to stay. 50-50 puck. He keeps it active. Phantoms collect and they'll look to stretch it the other way. They play it 200 feet from the wrong side of the red line. That's going to be whistled dead for an icing. So we'll come back down for another offensive zone draw with 18.2 clicks left on the clock here in the second frame. To the left of the Phantoms goalie, same personnel. Rochi's got Gerbevec and Pacelli, so we don't have a forehand shot here. We got all righties up front. You got Carr and Winton at the point. We got a lefty center. Sorry, we don't have all righties, but the center is the lefty. He's taking the draw. He wins it back to Carr. Carr's going to go D to Winton. Winton turns, he fires, hits a body, gets wide. The Phantoms are going to try to chip this up the board, but it's cut off by Pacelli. And then Roach. Roach battles through one, battles through two. It's chipped. Kicked in momentarily by Carr. But then it gets off the stick, enters the line, the horn will sound, and they'll fire that one in off the glass. We go in to the second intermission. 6-0. PHC. So stay with us. We'll be back for third period action. 120 seconds. Colton Williams taking the net right in front of me. He comes back down to our side of the ice on the left side of the ice sheet. We're back for third period action. Center ice face off. Picture between Spittle and Dannenhauer with Fazio and Nunez. Spittle will jump the lane. He's trying to push it forward. Fazio reads it. He pushes it in. He's going to get in the corner. He's going to retrieve this puck. Trying to play it back out in front. He plays it off the goalie's pad. It's collected. Play back out in front. A very acrobatic save made there. I don't know how the puck didn't get in the back of the net, but now the Phantoms are trying to come the other way. They flip that ice out into the center seam. Mauer's there and contained. Good stick. Gets into the corner. Played back out in front. They turn, they fire, misses the net. Off the headboards and buried. So what a carom for the Phantoms. They get it off the end boards. They strike here early in the third period, making it 6-1. So we'll reset, center ice face off. Roche between Sauer and Anichuk. With Fazio and Maurer stay out there. It's played ahead. Gets up over the Phantoms goalkeepers. Played back out in front looking for Anichuk. Stick to side. Sauer will play it behind the net and Anichuk will collect. Anichuk walks back out in front. He'll cycle it back down. No one trailing him, so the Phantoms pick this up and they're moving the other way. It's kept in at the line by Maurer. Maurer will walk. He'll backhand this down with the hash marks where Sauer will collect. Sauer will turn. He'll play it back out in front. Nobody home, and now we're coming the other way. White jerseys, but Fazio and Maurer back, and you got the relentless back pressure of Max Roach. Good stick by Fazio. Good contain. Gets around, keeping him in that soft ice. Maurer will chip it forward. Gets out of the neutral zone, and Nicho putting the pressure on. He gets a stick on it. Roach closes the gap. He'll come away with the puck. He plays it forward. The Phantoms will collect. They'll go D to D. Sauer putting the forecheck on. They play it forward. It's out in the neutral zone where Fazio will collect. He'll chip it back forward. Nuccioc's going to put the pressure on. Rung around the wall where Roach will try to cut it off. It's played back forward. Nunez there and contained. They pull up. They step into that PSA. Good stick by Joshua Fazio. He sticks it aside, gets it out into soft ice, and now we're going to the box as Johnny Gerbevek laid out Ludwig. So Johnny's going to the box. He'll feel shame. One thing we got to do is stay disciplined, right? Finish the game and not give up these odd man opportunities. So 13:01 of the third period. 6-1 PHC, but we're man down. Pucciarello and Dylan Pacelli called upon to kill it off. With Nunez and Zabarski. Coltman Williams tending the pipes this afternoon. Phantoms trying to execute with some extra ice. Zabarski plays it forward. Pucciarello tries to chip in, but it's kept. They step into the top of that PSA. They turn it, fire. It hits Nunez. Nunez will collect. Will stick it aside momentarily, but it's collected at the top of the house. Played forward. Stick aside by Pucciarello. Pucciarello takes the hands away. Good pocket pick by Pacelli. It's played forward. Kept in at the blue line. Rung around the net. Zabarski will get to it in the near corner. He'll ring it up the wall, but that's a pass to the point. Pacelli gets a stick on it and pushes it forward. Now Pucciarello gets a step. He wins the puck. Loses an edge as he was trying to get through, but in a pretzel situation as he was trying to use his body to shield the defender from the puck. Loses an edge. The Phantoms come the other way. They play it back across. Pacelli will collect this one. He's tripped. Goes into the board hard. Looks back, and the referee does have the hands up. So the Phantoms will go to the box. So we'll play 4-on-4. 4-on-4 hockey for 37 clicks. We got Carl Winton, Dannenhauer, and Roach. Let's see what we can do. Offensive zone draw. To the left of the Phantoms goalie. We're going to put Downhauer on the wall. He needs to get out in front of that net. He's cutting across. Roach was trying to play it to him. Carr reads it, pins it off, and Downhauer will push it deep. Now Roach goes behind the net. He's going to collect it. He's going to walk up the wall, plays it to Winton. Winton will collect this one. Loses the puck at the blue line. Now we're coming the other way. There's a two-man break in on Williams, and they bury it. So, Phantoms strike on the fumble at the blue line. It's okay. We'll line it up. We'll do it again. Still 4-on-4 hockey for 16 clicks, but the Phantoms pull it in to a 6-2 game. Roach wins this one to Carr. Carr will get around the blue line. He'll chip it deep, and Roachy will get in after it. He's got Spittle coming off the bench. We have too many men. But they don't call it. PHC got away with too many men in there. Phantoms are coming the other way. The step in, it's fired in. Williams sees it the whole way. We'll hang on to it. Unless there was a miscommunication on the clock, I think we jumped a little early there. So we got Roachy taking the defensive zone draw between Downhauer and Spittle with Maurer and Fazio on the back end. It's tied up. Second effort, Spittle jumps that lane. He pushes forward. Downhauer gets to it in the neutral zone. He's going to try to get his toes up. He gets inside the dots, push back outside, but he fires it towards the net. Gets wide. Spittle will cut it off in the far corner. He'll play it down behind the net where Roach will collect. Roach walks out. He's going to go point. Fazio gets a stick on it, so it's not going to be kept in. It comes the other way. Fazio will collect. We'll get to his dots. He plays it to Roachy. Roachy's going to get his toes up. He's going to drag past one. And now they got numbers coming the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Gets across the line. Pulls up, turns, fires, gloved, and held on to by the Phantoms goalkeeper. We got Pucciero between Pacelli. No, it's a Nucciuk, sorry. The bubble threw me off. A Nucciuk and Sauer. Sauer keeps this active. Nucciuk steps through. He's on the puck in the corner. Trying to win that puck battle. He's got a lot of people with him. Phantoms come out of the scrum with it, but it's picked off by Pucciero. Fires it off the boards, and now the Phantoms are coming the other way, but Fazio closes that gap. It's played through. Maurer will collect back forward, and now Sauer has a step. He's got a lane. He gets to this puck. Bags past. Oh, good stick by the back-checking defender of the Phantoms. Try to play it forward, but it's cut off. Sauer will collect in the corner. Sauer looks out in front. Puck's bouncing around. Phantoms will collect. They look to play it forward. Fazio will keep. Chip it off the wall and met by some resistance, and now the Phantoms are coming the other way. Maurer will keep him outside that dot line. He'll collect it. He'll use his own net. Throws the brakes on, reverses it up, plays it off the boards for Sauer. Gets out of the neutral zone. Sauer pushes it forward. Sauer gets inside the dots. He turns, he fires, stick to side. Played forward. Puck's bouncing around the Phantoms. Collecting and moving the other way. Zabarski trying to keep him outside the dot lines. He plays it in. Plays it across. Zabarski will collect. Plays it off a skate. It's back down front. Big kick save, toe save made by Colton Williams. Nunez will reverse it. He's going to ring this one around the wall. Looking for a Nucciuk. Nucciuk runs into the referee. Pucciero collects. Now he'll get his toes up. Gets through one. He's got one to beat. Good stick by the Phantoms defender, and they look to move it the other way, but the pocket is picked by Pucciarero, and he throws it towards the net. Phantoms stick it aside, and now they're coming the other way. Play it back forward. Sticked in. Now it'll be a foot race to the puck. Nunez is going to get there first. He's going to use his big body. He reverses up. He wins the puck. He plays it ahead. Looking for Gerberbeck, but the cut off by the Phantoms. Nunez recovers, plays it forward. Out in the neutral zone, they'll go D to D. Baselli reading it. Forces it back up the center where Roach picks it off. He plays it ahead to Gerberbeck. Gerberbeck gains the line. He turns. He fires. Doesn't get good wood on it. It gets into the corner. And now the Phantoms are coming the other way. They play it ahead into the center seam. They're going to drive wide. Winton's there and contain. Allows the back pressure to arrive. Roachy picks this puck up. He throws it ahead for Gerberbeck. Gerberbeck's got one to beat. Gerberbeck's going to drive wide. Tries to toe drag back in. And it's played back across by Roachy. Phantoms will collect. Push it back forward. Phantoms exiting through the neutral zone to gain the line. They turn, they fire. Michael Winton wears that one in the jewels. Play back out in front. Zabarski trying to stick it away. Second effort gets it up to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer's got a 2-on-1 development with Spittle. Waits for the defender to close on him. He plays it across. Spittle unable to collect. Goes into the corner. Dannenhauer will collect behind the net. He's going to try to stuff it, but it's red. He'll keep control. He'll possess this puck. He's going to play it around the boards for Spittle. Spittle will collect. He'll play it into the corner. Dannenhauer collects. Plays it back to Spittle. Spittle turns, fires. It's kicked aside. This one is picked up by the Phantoms, and the Phantoms are coming the other way with speed. You got Carr and Fazio back for contain. Stick the side, kick the side by Williams. Gets out into the far corner. Where Dannenhauer will collect. Dannenhauer's going to tip it off the boards to himself. He plays it to Fazio. Fazio will collect. Plays off the boards to Roach. Roach met by a body at the blue line. Spittle will get in on this one. He's got Carr coming with him. Fires it in, blocker to side. Phantoms look to come the other way. They're going to be whistled dead. Whistled dead. I don't know if it was the player down or if there was a preemptive whistle on a penalty. Don't know what it was. I think it was a preemptive player down, so deemed to have control of the puck were the white jerseys as they had a player squirming on the ground. Much like a soccer player. So, no harm, no foul. This whistle dead will stay inside the zone. An offensive zone draw to the right of the Phantoms goalkeeper. Although this referee seems to be trying to bring it back out into the neutral zone. We got a lot of discussion happening at the bench. So the call is if they whistle it dead for a player on the ice, it's last play on the puck. That last play on the puck was out to Carr, who was sitting all alone in that primary scoring area. So we should have an offensive zone draw. I don't know what the argument is. Let's just drop the puck so that we can get along with our day here. I'm also being told this is not an AYHL official game. This is a non-league game. But we're just playing a doubleheader. As we made the commute up the Lehigh Valley, why play one when you can play two? .639 left in this one. And again, we'll go into another 12-minute delay here. Every time we play here. There's no discussion here. It's the last play on the puck. The puck should be dropped in the offensive zone. Unless they're calling a penalty. I don't know. This is where we need to go to Nooner inside the glass. Nooner would let me know what's happening over there. I got to spin that second hot mic up at some point this season and get some in-game intel 85 feet across the ice for us. So there's a penalty called. Doesn't surprise me. Now he hacks the window. So the argument isn't on face-off location, it's on whether it was an infraction or not. As I told you, puck was played. Now here's my criticism. That puck should not, or that whistle should not have been blown, even for the man down or the pending infraction, as PHC was in control of the puck. So with a scoring opportunity out there, PHC should have been afforded the opportunity to complete the play, and the white team should have collected it before any whistle was blown dead in that area of the ice. And now, because there's a lot of scoring, to be done here, the referees had to step in to the scorer's box, get the clock right, get the score sheet right. And we'll reset. We'll have a face-off, offensive zone draw. To the right of the Phantoms goalkeeper, we return to the Dunlops dude up. Putrero, Nuccio, Sauer up front. Fazio and Maurer on the points. That's chipped ahead and then pushed back in behind the Phantoms net. They played up the wall. Chipped out of the neutral zone. Maurer will close that gap. He's going to pick the puck up. He's going to get his toes up, trying to play it ahead for Nuccio. Chipped out of the neutral zone. Played back forward. Maurer will collect. He'll play it ahead for Nuccio. Nuccio's going to quick stick it across, looking for Fazio. Sauer will collect this. He'll enter the line. Drives down that wall. Knocked off the puck. The Phantoms will ring it around the wall. Maurer's going to read that. He gets to it in time. He wears a body. Push back behind the net where Sauer's trying to collect. Push the other way. Phantoms will collect. Push it forward. Nuccio plays it back in. Ping-ponged up the wall. Maurer will hold that line. He plays it back in behind the Phantoms net. He's going to get out to the other wall. Putrero will collect. Gerberbeck cuts it off. Maurer keeps trying to chip past one. He does. Gerberbeck steps off the wall with it. He plays it across to Fazio. Fazio gets to the dots. He turns and fires. Kick save made by the Phantoms goalie. They throw it up the wall, but Fazio able to collect it. He's going to step down that wall. He gets into the corner. Plays it back out in front. Hits a stick. Pacelli will collect. He's going to settle it down at the point. He'll put it down the wall. He's buried. No call. Gerberbeck will collect behind the net. Looking for Rochi. Rochi's in there in support. Puck is pinned up against that wall. Pacelli will get in there. He moves the pile. He steps off. Steps back out in front. Trying to collect it. The Phantoms stick it aside. Maurer's going to try to close and keep. Chip past him. But Rochi there in support. As I talked at the beginning of the game, trusting and knowing that you have the support behind you makes it a lot easier to operate out on this ice surface. Played back out in front. The Phantoms will collect. They're moving the other way. Skate through the neutral zone. Fazio and Maurer there to contain. Push them back outside the dots. Good contained by Maurer. It's played back out in front. Off a pad. Never makes it there. Phantoms will collect. Trying to buy some time and find some white ice. They play it back across. Good stick by Pacelli, who gets out of the neutral zone. He pushes it forward off the wall for Gerberbeck. Gerberbeck unable to get a step as he has to pull up for a line change. And they play it back down the wall. Phantoms met by Putrero in the neutral zone. Putrero lost the stick. So does his best to keep it active. Pacelli helps him out and pushes it into the zone. 3:50 left in this one. It's played ahead. Good stick by Ethan Nunez. Dannenhauer picks it off in the neutral zone. He chips it ahead to Pacelli. Pacelli's going to get across the red. He's going to put it deep and pull up for a line change as he was at the end of a shift. Declan Spittle gets it off the bench. He's going to try to surf this play. Picks it off in the neutral zone, chips it forward. And now we'll get in after it on his own. Going to try to win that puck battle. Phantoms fight it off. Putrero surfs it. He intercepts it. Steps down. Pass one, pass two. Steps back out in front. Tries to delay. Puck's loose. It's still loose. And Dannenhauer holstering it. So someone put it back. I think it was Brock Dannenhauer. 0-0 with another strike on the day. And that's another situation where we got pucks and bodies to the net. A lot of chaos. It creates some pressure on the goalkeep, and we put the 7th strike in. So 3:17 left in this one. 7-2 PHC neutral zone faceoff. We got Witten and Carr on the back end. Dannenhauer, Spittle, and Pucciarero trying to keep the pressure on and trying to continue on that path and that journey to winning hockey games, learning how to keep the pressure. Step in, they fire it wide of Williams' net. Play back ahead. Step off the wall. It's met by Dannenhauer. Phantoms collect. They fire it in the back of their own player. Push forward. Pucciarero will get after it. Spittle picks it off at the red line. He's going to gain the line. Drives down that wall. He's met with some resistance. The Phantoms will get at the ringing around the wall. Carr's going to step to this one. He gets to it. He gets into the corner. Tries to play it back out in front. Gets into traffic. Pushes it far side for Spittle to collect. Spittle pushes it back into the corner. He's looking for help. Plays it back out in front. Collected by the Phantoms, and they chip it forward. Winton will step and keep this one inside the red line. Comes off the wall when he chips it forward. Phantoms collect, and they're coming the other way. Puck ping-pongs around. Pucciarero gains the line. He plays it across for Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer fires it high and wide. Sealed off on that boards and kept in. Dannenhauer will try to keep it at the hash marks on the other side. He pushes behind the net. Tries to get there. He's looking for support. Spittle cuts it off. It's played back to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer steps past one. He's walking out in front. He's looking. Plays the Pucciarero in the slot. Pucciarero has it. Gets out the Carr. Carr turns. He fires. Low. Kick save made. Spittle will get into this into the corner. Good sustained pressure here. Brock had turned up for a line change, so the Phantoms will collect and they'll play this one forward. Stick to side by Winton. Puck's bouncing around. Nuccio picks it off. Gives it to Pucciarero. Pucciarero gains the line. He's knocked off the puck. Slides in the boards hard, and we were going for a line change. So the Phantoms trying to exploit that white ice. Good 85 feet. Come across by Fazio to cut that one off and stop any forward progression of the Phantoms. It's played across. Maurer will play it in. Stick to side by the Phantoms. Played up the boards. Rochi picks it off. He has some white ice in front of him. He gets in. It's past one. On the back end, plays it back across. Blocker save made. Gets into the corner. And Michok will collect. Walks out in front. Plays it out in front. Stick to side by the Phantoms defender. Trying to gather that puck. Bouncing around. Sauer will play it back in. Michok trying to get a stick on it. He plays it. He fires. Glove save made. Collected by Sauer. Puts it on net. Save made. Phantoms will now exit the zone. They play it forward. Maurer will step to this one. He keeps it in. Fires it off of a... That could have been too many men at the party, but chip back forward. Chip back into the Phantom zone. 30 seconds left in this one. Rochi gets dumped in the corner. Tries to collect it. Turns back up. Plays it out. Looking for Fazio at the point. It's read by the Phantoms. They chip it forward, but Fazio, good second effort to contain. They step past. Good extra stick by Fazio. Collects it himself. Plays it forward. Roach trying to get back out into that neutral zone. He does. 15 seconds left on this one. The Phantoms will play it forward. It's picked off by Sauer. He chips it off the boards. It hits the referee. Roach gets bumped. Good stick by Fazio. Fazio plays it to Sauer. Sauer leaves it for Gerbebeck. Gerbebeck trying to pull up at the dot. He 10 and 2s. He reverses it. Looking back in as the horn sounds. Second one, 7-2 on the day. So we had a lot of calls, a lot of twine tickled. 22 day on the day. 22-3. So, good day up here in the Lehigh Valley. We're going to hang back. We won't have it live, but we were going to hang back and support our 2014s. Hey, we'll be live on the island next weekend as we head up to see the goals and some AYHL action. So have a good week. Stay with us. We'll see you next week.